Can you recover from diffuse axonal injury, DAI? Imagine your brain being shaken or twisted inside your skull so violently that the long fibers connecting brain cells get damaged. That's what happens in a diffuse axonal injury, or DAI. It's a serious type of traumatic brain injury often caused by high-impact accidents like car crashes or falls from significant heights. Doctors diagnose DAI with special imaging tests like magnetic resonance imaging scans. These scans can show tiny damage to the axons that might not be visible on regular computed tomography scans. The severity of DAI is classified into grades, with higher grades indicating more widespread damage. Symptoms usually appear right away and can include losing consciousness, confusion, headaches, nausea, and trouble with balance. In the worst cases, DAI can cause coma or even a persistent vegetative state where the person is unresponsive. Recovery from DAI can be very different from person to person. It depends on how severe the injury is, the person's age, overall health, and if there are other injuries involved. Some people with DAI do recover some functions over time. Studies show that many regain enough independence to live at home and even return to work. However, the more severe the injury, the higher the chance of long-term disability or needing ongoing care. In the worst cases, survival is not possible, especially with the most severe grades of DAI. In personal injury cases, proving a DAI can be tricky because the injury can be subtle and hard to detect early. Medical records, detailed imaging, and expert testimony are often needed to show how the injury impacts the victim's life. Compensation can cover medical bills, rehabilitation, lost wages, and pain and suffering. Because recovery can take months or even years, settlements or awards often include future medical needs and potential loss of earning capacity. Families may also seek damages for the emotional and financial burden of caring for someone with long-term disabilities. If you or a loved one suffer a DAI, it's vital to get immediate medical help and follow up with specialists experienced in brain injuries. Early treatment and ongoing rehabilitation can improve chances of recovery. Keeping detailed records of how the injury affects daily life, work, and family is important for legal claims. Personal injury attorneys experienced in brain injuries can help gather the evidence needed to prove damages and secure fair compensation. Axons are the long fibers that carry signals between brain cells. When these fibers are damaged, communication within the brain gets disrupted, causing the symptoms seen in DAI. The Glasgow Coma Scale is a tool used by doctors to assess how severe a brain injury is, based on verbal and motor responses. The extended Glasgow Outcome Scale helps measure long-term recovery and how well someone is functioning after the injury. In summary, recovery from diffuse axonal injury is possible but varies widely. Mild to moderate cases often see good recovery, while severe injuries can lead to lasting disability or death. In legal cases, proving the injury's impact requires thorough medical evidence and expert help. Compensation should reflect current needs and future medical expenses because recovery can be unpredictable. Acting quickly with medical and legal support can help protect the rights and future well-being of those affected by DAI.